Welcome to episode number 60. This is the New Slang Podcast. I'm Thomas Mooney, and on this episode, I'm joined by two incredible guests. First is Mike Harmeier, lead vocalist of everyone's favorite honky-tonk country band, Mike and the Moonpies, and Adam Odor, the go-to album-producing savant here in Texas at this precise moment in time. Anytime I've ever talked with Adam on the phone, it's always turned into like these hour-long conversations about music. He's just like a really natural talker, and probably more importantly, a natural listener. Just a great conversationalist. Mike, obviously, I've never really had a long phone conversation, but I've had like a bunch of conversations with him here on the podcast and after shows and whatnot. They're really just cut from the same cloth though. Really great listeners, great conversationalists, and as you may know, Adam produced the last Moonpies record, Steak Night at the Prairie Rose, that came out earlier this year. They've already started working on the follow-up to that record, so we talk about that process and what they're going through right now. And one of the major focal points that we touch on is how you take a fan base or an audience and push them to a new frontier of sound that they may have not been initially wanting to know about or like wanting to ever listen to. And how do you take what your vision is and slowly push your fan base into that direction? We talk about how the Moonpies, they don't want to be typecast or stereotyped as just this dive bar country band playing two-step songs all night, that kind of thing. And we end up talking a whole lot about 90s country, probably more than I anticipated, but I'm not complaining either. It was really, really fun talking about all these music videos and Garth Brooks and his Chris Gaines experiment and whatnot. I do mention a Billboard Top 10 Singles playlist of the 90s in the podcast. There's a playlist that I made a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago, I guess now, not months, that if you're wanting to subscribe to that playlist, I'll throw a link into the podcast notes so you can easily subscribe. And speaking of notes and housekeeping and everything, follow me, Thomas Mooney, on all the social media that you can if you want. On Twitter and on Instagram, it is _newslang, and on Facebook, it's just newslang. Drop me a line at newslang.editors@gmail.com. Share the podcast with all your friends and family. It'll maybe give you something to talk about during those long, awkward pauses of silence during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Just you can talk about 90s country and what we talked about on the podcast. Give the podcast a nice 5-star review on iTunes. It really does matter in this world of algorithms, so do it. Yeah, it takes like 5 seconds. So just 5-star review, write something nice, share it with all your friends and family. The theme music of the podcast is Stolen Horses by Briston Phillips. And speaking of an album produced by Adam, he produced No Dry County's Panhandle music that came out just a few months back. And that's a band that Briston's in. Again, Briston is a visual artist as well. He's the one who painted those large murals that everyone loves at Blue Light and at Blue Light Dallas. He has a number of prints and canvas pieces for sale. You can reach out to him on Instagram. His handle there is _blue_bonnet_. Just search for Briston Lee Phillips. I know you're thinking right now, how do you spell Briston? That's Bristen. He'll paint you something really cool. It'll be like real West Texas, and I don't know. You can just buy a piece of his and have a nice conversational piece in your living room or something. So anyways, here is Mike Harmeier and Adam Odor talking about music and whatnot.
until one time they would play for the door. And they'd always be like, well, it looked packed, but it wasn't really packed. So they put somebody outside and just with a ticker.
Yeah.
And ticked. And there was about a 200-person difference.
Oh, yeah.
Never played there again. It was weird.
I would like to have somebody at the door with a ticker last night to count how many people walked away from paying a $10 cover.
$20.
Oh, no shit.
It was 20 because I walked up behind and right before we went on stage at 11:30, I walked up behind and they were like $20, and I was like, well, fuck, I wouldn't pay $20.
Oh my God. There was some lady that was really pissed last night that we weren't going on, that we had already gone on. She's like, I paid to see you. I was like, well,
I'm here. Buy me a drink.
Buy me a drink.
Just buy me a drink.
That'll be $5 more.
Yeah.
Okay, so like yesterday, an older guy was over here, and he was talking to, he was talking to somebody with Bauman, and he said, well, we showed up at 9 because that's whenever said y'all were going to be going on. And they're like, no, the door's open at 9. We're not going to be on for another 2 hours. Have you never been to a show before?
Yeah. This is his first show.
Dude.
But
Yeah, we're going to start at 9 o'clock.
Well, and that was our thing yesterday there was a slight double booking, and a slight double
All
booking.
double bookings are just slight double
double
bookings.
And they knew the other band's crowd was more of a 9:30 in the evening crowd rather than an 11 o'clock at night crowd.
Well, it's like this is a late bloomer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I wasn't really sure how they were going to be, but it turned out exactly what I thought it was going to last night. You know?
Yes.
But this one's always late.
yeah, what's the when a double booking happens? What's the usual protocol as far as the venue? How do they usually approach it? Are they like, hey, funny story? Is that how
Yeah,
most of them
pretty
start
much.
out?
Yeah, that is how it works.
Well, we were cutting a final song for the new album, and on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think so.
And it was like,
Yeah, it was the day before we played the show.
yeah, funny thing happened, and I just got a phone call and a text, and yada yada. There's more bands on tonight than expected, and was like, what? Okay, well.
But that doesn't happen all the time, but it has happened a handful of times. But we always don't care. We're always like, we'll just play whatever slot we're going to play.
Yeah.
Because usually then they're really cool. Like, well, your money's staying the same. Your guarantees aren't changing or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll even give you more money because now they have 2 bands on the bill, so maybe more people will come in.
Make
Maybe
more money somewhere.
door
Yeah.
charge. But yeah, we're always cool with it.
It's like, why get mad? It's like all the bands are there.
Well, dude, honestly, I was thinking about it last night. We used to do 3-band bills all the time.
Yes.
Like every show we played used to be a 3-band bill.
Yeah.
And now it's because it's like a rock show. Like a rock show's like a 3-band bill.
Yeah.
Quick little 45s
Yeah.
hours.
In Austin,
and
we did it constantly.
Yeah. Even in our show at the Mint
Yeah.
at LA, it's a three.
I think that's like a Saxon pub type situation where it's like you kind of pay a cover charge for whatever act you're going there to see. And they don't necessarily kick you out, but it's like you go there to see that band, and then you're kind of maybe expected to leave and let someone else come and watch the other band. I think.
Yeah, that's how in the Saxon they'd always ask you.
Yeah.
Like, which band are you here to see?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know who's playing.
Yeah. I'm here for that seat at the bar.
What are
right
my
now.
choices?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's maybe it has something to do with Texas bands have always kind of been long set bands.
That's true.
Where Nashville or mainline regular national, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Or kind of shorter set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's always now for us now. It's always a 90.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's so weird to places that we used to play all the time. When we come in there and do a 90, and it's like 5 years ago we were doing 4 hours. They're like, "Why don't you do that anymore?" I was like, "Because that's a long time."
A long time. That wears on you.
Yeah, I couldn't do 4 hours anymore. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't be happy about it. And that 4th set would be real bad.
It's got to be an interesting set.
Yeah.
Well, it's like with Isaac last night, we ended up doing a 90 and in the late slot 90.
Yeah.
And Percival, our guitar player, Yellow Dog Studios, Dave Percival, he was just like, I thought we were only doing 60s this run.
Yeah. Not prepared for this.
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
Yeah. You just just have like one really great talker.
Oh yeah,
You can
for
just
sure.
like have. Let me explain this story. This is a great story
It's a great
behind
story.
this song here. That kind of thing.
Yeah, but it was when we were doing dancehall thing. It was always like song.
Yeah.
Never stop, and that sucks. See, now I can stretch things out a lot longer, and I see people. It's like we still do like in a 90, we're doing like 24 songs.
Yeah.
And I see people's other 90s set lists, like a Boland or somebody else like that. It's like 12 or 13 songs. Like, and I was like, damn. Are your songs longer than mine? Are you talking more? Are they extending jams? Like, what's the thing that's taking up all that extra
Like, how
time?
do you not? Yeah. Well, and it's funny, too, because the other night, I forget where we were, but the opening act was on stage, and me and Catlin and a few others were in the back. And there was somebody sitting, like an older couple sitting at the table. And, can we cuss on this? Okay. With this older couple sitting there, and the wife, like, the guy's telling a story about the next song, and the wife turns to the husband and goes, man, this guy's really good, but he needs to shut the fuck up. Just play the song. And I was just like, man, old lady, okay.
I think that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like they don't want dead air. You know what I mean?
They don't want to hear the story.
Yeah.
Depending on the venue.
Oh, for sure.
Some venues, they don't want to hear the story. They just want to hear the music. You know?
Right.
But that's like if we have to do an acoustic thing or whatever, usually it's in a place like that winery we did in Roswell or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's a place where you can just talk.
they wanna
and
hear the
Yeah, for
stories,
sure.
and-
that way, if you got to do a 90 as a acoustic set, you can do that as 10 songs.
Yeah, just say 10, 11 songs,
Yeah,
you're done.
that's
you
it.
know?
Yeah.
But I don't like dead air either. I like to just go into stuff.
Next song,
I don't
next
like
song.
I don't like talking too much because I just say something stupid, and then the next the day I'm like, I can't believe I said that.
Somebody, got it on Instagram or
Yeah,
something.
somebody's busting my balls in the van about it.
All of us.
Yeah, I said like I used to have this bit that I was like, we played this like really long, like fast jam, and everybody took a solo on it. And so I used to say, like intro it like, I'm gonna let the boys stretch their legs on this one, right? And then one time I accidentally said, I'm gonna let the boys spread their legs on this next one. And I never, that'll never go away.
Yeah. Spread their legs.
It's best not to talk.
Yeah. You just play the song. Shut up and sing.
Yeah. I'm like seeing like American Aquarium up here. They're typically, it feels like it's this weird thing where like there's band crowd interaction, but also at the same time there's moments where you're like, they're not even playing for the crowd. They're
Yeah.
just like playing for themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
And some like BJ's gotten better at talking with people here, but when they were first starting out, they'd play like 5 songs before he even said anything
Yeah.
to the crowd.
Yeah.
You know.
You start to find your groove in the show sometime. And so it's like I know where I'm going to talk now.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to Edie about this because he's been doing this thing, the same thing that we were doing, is like we don't really have this set. We don't really have a set list, but we know exactly pretty much where it's going every time. And so like it's all cued off of he has these 2 or 3 spots where he says something, and usually he uses the same bit, every time to intro a song. But it also tells the band what song we're about to do and where we're at in the set. So if you want to call an audible on it, you just do your little bit before everybody's like, that way I don't have to turn around and yell out the title of the song to everyone.
Right.
Like whenever one fast song's over, then I'm like, Steak Night or
Yeah.
some shit.
Well, and it's funny too because I notice sometimes where you'll just start to pick 2 or 3 notes of
Yeah.
the first chord of whatever song you're
Yeah.
going to do next, and everybody knows immediately what
Yeah.
song you're going to go into.
Yeah.
And just you'll capo something, and then and it's just like, okay, everybody knows.
Yeah.
This is next.
But at the same time, like I love doing it that way, but that set gets tired after a while, and it's like I don't really want to do that exact. And then like if I've let's say I've played here the past however many times, I've done that same set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of if they get used to seeing that. It's like Ray Wiley does the exact same set, and he has the exact same banter every time. If you've seen that show, if you saw that show in the past 10 years,
Yeah, it's pretty much
Yeah.
whatever, a couple new songs added
Yeah.
with some stuff, but yeah.
Not there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, it works. It works great. It works fantastically.
You always have to add that.
Oh yeah. Not there's
Not
anything
that there's
wrong
anything
with
wrong with that, but yeah. Well, do you guys also do like? Is there anything where you just know like, oh, we're gonna play these 3 songs in a row, like just because they work better?
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to like build that set list, but you're like, we go into this song
For
and
sure.
we're automatically gonna follow it up with
Yeah.
these.
Like our show kick is the same every time. The top 3 are the same. And then after that, it's a little bit of a free for all. But if I do one song, like if we do Smoke 'Em, I'm doing Road Crew right after it.
Yeah.
Like, and it took a while to get everybody on board with that because it was like unspoken. But then it's like, okay, I know now that it's happening.
Yeah.
Because Catlin has to do a thumb pick thing for that, so it's like always by the time that song's over, he's going back to reach for the thumb pick no matter what. And then we also do it if transitions, like if Zach's changing to guitar, then like there's a song that comes before that he knows, okay, now I'm switching.
Yeah.
And then the song that comes out of that where he can switch back.
Yeah, it's like always before Hard Way.
Yeah.
Is always,
yeah, we do that when we do a noise thing with bottled beer.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
bottled beer into noise, and that gives him time to change.
To change from the
Yeah.
steel to guitar.
And then there's some songs that I just want to drink a beer or smoke a cigarette, so I can make Catlin do it.
It's time for Catlin to sing.
We used to have a lot more of those where everybody else was like, we used to do a lot of Marshall Tucker Band stuff, and like
Mhm.
Zach would sing that stuff, and it was, I wouldn't have to do much for those songs,
Yeah.
which was great.
Yeah.
Not there's anything wrong with that. Not that I love playing music. Sometimes I just want to drink a beer.
Drink a beer and enjoy the band.
One of the things that you'd see up here with, especially like when Brandon Adams would be playing, he'd see like a buddy in the crowd and be like, "Hey, blah blah, you want to come here and sing a song?"
Yeah.
And like they'd get up there and then they'd be stuck up there for 30 minutes
Yeah,
while
for
he's
sure.
at the bar drinking shots and stuff like that.
Talking to everybody.
Yeah.
Here, take the guitar, man. Yeah, do
Yeah.
a couple.
Just
Do one more. That was great.
yeah,
Great.
that happened a whole lot.
Oh yeah,
And so
that's a good trick.
yeah, see another songwriter in the crowd.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah. Still getting paid the same.
Yeah, I don't have to give this guy anything.
Yeah. Experience, man. Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna thank me for this later.
Yeah.
This opportunity that I've given you to play 3 songs in the middle of my set.
That's it. While I go drink.
yeah.
Bar tab.
You mentioned you guys were recording already.
Yeah.
Did you say last song, or what was?
Yeah, because we are pretty much done. Now we're done with like all the tracking.
Yeah,
Really,
we're done
I
with
still have to
track.
sing the record,
Yeah. Still got to sing the record, but we're done. And
but
then
that was it.
we're
Yeah.
ready to start another record after that.
Yeah, I got an idea for the next one.
It's kind of been a lot of writing's been going on, so it's just like
Yeah.
okay, well, let's
Yeah, because
just-
now we're like writing more together.
Yeah,
So like, I'm
Everybody.
just not like showing up with songs. It's like more of a group process. So it's happening more often, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to say on this new record? What's the? I know that's the broad question, but like, what's this? What's the?
Well, it's
the
one of those
thought
things
on it?
like, and then so I read the review of I can't believe I read this review. I read the Culture Wall review on Saving Country Music,
yes,
and so he says something about how most artists use their third record to. Did you read that review?
No.
I'm the only one here that read that. Yeah. He's like, most artists use their third record to like express their creativity and go and like and alienate their fans or whatever. Whereas Coulter didn't do that, and he like went even harder into his just straightforward whatever.
Coulterism.
Yeah. So anyway, we're doing that other thing.
definitely not. Yeah, we're not pandering to the past.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
There are people that would be alienated by this, probably.
But I also feel like it will embrace a larger outside of
Yeah.
where we've going more into where I think we've been touring more
Yeah.
outside
And I
all
just-
over the country.
Like me and Kyle were talking about it, about how like, even if we do, like those people that we see at a lot of those, like we play like those festival things or like anything where we're like opening for Wade or something like that, or any, Wade's an example, but anybody
Yeah.
you could say, it's like those necessarily aren't really the people that I really want to be playing all this for anyway. Like, you know what I mean? They're not really showing up in droves to support it in the first place. So what do I care if I alienate,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Well, it gets to a point too where, especially this whole year of going West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, back to West Coast and stuff, and you see like, oh, these people show up, they actually know all the words
Yeah.
to the entire record and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay, this is not just, to them, it's not just a show up and party thing because all my friends are showing up and partying. It's like, oh, they are like into the band. They know the band members.
Yeah.
They know.
It's kind of like a fresh start when you start touring nationwide like that and doing those kind of shows. Because you get, like, we've been down here doing this kind of thing for whatever, 10 years. And so it's like you kind of get pigeonholed into that idea of that's what that show is going to be. You know, there's going to be this bar band show and it's going to be rowdy and it's going to be fun and all that kind of shit. But then when you do it to towns and cities across the country that you've never been to, they're, like you said, they're there because they like the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Actually
So
got
now,
into it, and then they showed it to their friends.
Yeah.
Or bringing their friends out, you know. So
yeah, it's a fresh start. It's like you get to start over every, other town
Yeah.
or whatever.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty fun at some of the festivals too, of just playing like Braun Brothers this year,
Yeah.
where it's just like they gave a great slot between Susie Boggess and Robert Earl Keen.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then and it's just like oh, and it was the first year that they sold out, that the Braun Brothers actually sold out. So here we are, sold out crowd in front of it, and then it's just like to see. Part of it was seeing the bands show up onto the side of the stage and watch, and they were just like, oh, and me knowing most of them for years and years, being like, they're kind of like, oh, now I know why you're out with the guys so much and you're doing so much with the Moonpies. Like, holy shit! I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to get a start with people that had a different perception about it before, and I think that there'll be a lot of that change of perception with this record, and that, to answer your question, that is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Is change the perception.
Yeah. Well, I get that because if you're going to like describe you guys for a long time, it's like, the neo-traditional,
Right.
Old school country stuff.
Right.
And everyone knows that a lot of the 70s, 80s guys, you could, if you had one record, you had them all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's different comparison, but for me with like Jack Johnson, I think if you own one Jack Johnson record, you own all the Jack
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
So like, you fall into a pigeonhole kind of thing. And
That's a really good point, because that's like while I like people saying that we are that, because it really is kind of like what we are, but it does make some people just like, okay, well, I don't care.
yeah.
It's like, well, what are they doing that's interesting or whatever? Because there's some people like, well, they've got to be changing the game or whatever,
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that's a good way to turn people onto it, just by doing something they don't expect.
Right.
And I don't think that we're forcing that either. It's like still the band.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I
But
feel
it's
like it's the next if you listen to Steak Night, it's the next progression of like, oh, okay, they're going that.
yeah, you can kind of see where it's starting to head.
where it's heading, and we just kept going with it.
Yeah.
And because I think of the approach we had with Steak Night of the band being really a part of everything, and then them taking this is allowed, I guess you could say. Then they started coming up with musical ideas and everything, and so it was like, okay, well, let's make this a new record.
Yeah.
And take it and push it even more, and these sounds are okay, and these these melodies, and still keep what makes the Moonpies the Moonpies.
Yeah, it's the most nervous I've ever been about a record, like before release, but it's also the one that I just also just don't even care what anyone says at all. I really like it.
Yeah,
Right.
we're proud of what we're doing. That's for sure.
Well, like a lot of times, a band has to do. You have to take the audience or a listener by the hand and like just slowly guide them. Like you may want to like sound like this, but you can't go from one record to the next like that. A lot of
that's a
times,
good
just
point.
because people they lose their shit. Look at like Sturgill, for example.
Right.
Like if he had come out after, let's say with like what's that first record, that like High Top Mountain?
Yeah, I thought Mountain.
Then it's Meta Modern, and then it's
Yeah, Sailor's Guide.
Sailor Sky. Yeah. If he had jumped from like High
Right.
to
Straight
Sailor
into
Sky,
yeah.
people I think would have. And then look at how many people
Right.
lost their shit between Meta Modern.
Yeah.
And like, I don't like this record. This
Yeah,
isn't.
for sure.
Sometimes you have to make that that record, the in between record, to
Absolutely.
slowly get them going in a certain direction.
Yeah, I mean, that really panned out for him because the High Top Mountain thing is like a great record, but it's also with that thing. It's like the kind of neo-traditional thing, and then to turn it on its head is when it really started for him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people who had no idea what High Top Mountain was until after Met 'Em Modern.
yeah,
So he did, like, while he did definitely alienate some people that liked High Top Mountain,
yeah. Well, you can like
it changed
even
his life.
look at like Isbell too.
Yeah.
Like Isbell's last few records are more progressive in sonically.
Yeah.
They've gotten a little bit more out there in sound and in tone, and if you look at like Southeastern, that's kind of like not necessarily like a plain record, but in a lot of ways it's
more of a straight songwriter record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I think that he's slowly
Sure.
helped push his fans into listening to something new that they probably weren't
Absolutely.
aware that they were going to listen to.
Yeah, and he's become such a powerhouse with that live show right now. It's crazy. That's got to be one of the best touring shows on
definitely.
the road right now. Because he's doing all of that stuff live.
Yeah,
Like, everything they're doing on those records, they are doing at the show.
yeah,
It's awesome.
Which is, and it's one thing that we've always said. You know, I think we've always, especially with Steak Night and this thing, it's like still be able to perform it live.
Yeah.
You know, and then expand upon it after that. But
Yeah, and I think that we can still do that with this.
yeah,
This
exactly.
record.
Where it's funny, I've had more people come up to me within the past 4 or 5 months to talk about like, man, we went and saw Sturgill and I wasn't expecting a jam band show.
Yeah.
But it was just like solos after solos after solos and stuff like that, you know, and it's like everybody got so used to the record, you know, and then it's
Sure.
like the live show is completely different.
Sure.
You know?
Which will be interesting to see what he does next.
Yeah.
well, he's one of these guys who always says like, I'm only going to do. He had
Right.
like the number,
Right.
like I'm only doing X amount of records.
Yeah, it was like 4
five,
records or something.
five,
Yeah,
4 or 5.
yeah.
And it's like, well, I mean, we're at 3 now, so
Yeah.
how many more are we getting?
He says he has one in the can, I think. I heard because I saw him on some late night show. 'Cause he's
Oh, yeah,
promoting
'cause
that,
he's been doing that
on
show.
that show that he's on, that television show that he's on.
I thought maybe saving country music, reading more.
No, I only read that one review because Charlie Crockett said that was the best record he had heard since Redheaded Stranger. And I was
Yes.
like, what?
Yeah,
And a little bold, I think.
It's definitely pushing it.
yeah. It's a good record.
Yeah.
Something interesting.
You said it right there. It's a good record.
Yeah. No, well, that's one of my major problems with people is like just calling every record either horrible
Yeah.
or this is going to change your life.
Right.
No, there's a lot of records that are just good.
That is a
It
good
is
record.
good. It came
Like-
out. You enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Coulter's record, I think like something that I was not able to publish this on Wide Open Country, this
Yeah.
interview, but we were talking about how, you know, he was talking about this is a Western record. And it got me thinking about the joke about, yeah, we play both kinds of
Country
music,
and
country and
Western.
Western. And like, I think that joke's kind of like been lost
Sure.
on our generation, like now, because you think of like country and Western as being like one thing.
Yeah.
And at one time they were like two different little genres kind of thing. And
Yeah, he's put the Western
and
back in
it's-
country Western.
it's
Right.
it's the Western, like it is a Western record. It's so
Yeah, well, he's like, you know, he's supposed to be the real deal Western thing, which he is.
Yes.
What he's doing is what he is.
Yeah.
there's
that's
no
for
there's
sure.
no faking that thing.
No.
yeah. He's I don't know. I thought like I think also it's I think like if you're calling the record fucking the best record since Redheaded Strangers, it's obviously hyperbole. But I think he would say that as well, and I think he would just agree like this is the kind of record that it's supposed to be this,
Right.
and it's not supposed to be the best fucking record of
Yeah.
since '75,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean.
Right.
And I think a lot of those old Western records were, you know what I mean. It's the best record since Marty Robbins.
There you go.
Trail songs.
Yeah, like put it in the same, like put it in a Western record category. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been a smarter move.
Yeah, he's adding like 15 years at least now, probably.
Yeah.
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 But like seriously, go back and like look at the Billboard top 10 single stuff.
back when it was like country and western, a lot of those, like in the early '60s, it's all like Marty Robbins and actual like western stuff. There's more of that, and then I think like in '64, they just ditched the western on the Billboard thing, and you obviously see country songs being more.
So maybe now Coulter will bring back the western
The Western.
Yeah.
thing, and he'll have the number one western record in the country.
Yeah. And then there will be 40 bands coming out that are Western
Yeah, that are
bands
western
now.
bands.
Yeah, you can be right up there with Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah,
Just
number one in the
Did,
country.
Did you see that list? I think I sent
saw-
it, the top 100 country songs of all time.
yeah.
And
I was
number
go-
one
I was
was
wanting
a
to-
Florida Georgia Line.
I was
song.
wanting to bring that up, and
Catlin was like, "What?"
Yeah, did Catlin share that too? I think.
Yeah,
he tweeted
Catlin
it.
shared it on his Twitter. It was what?
yeah, I guess it was done by Billboard, and I don't know. Like, I didn't read the.
It was. I think it was all based on numbers, like
It
something
had
to
to
do
be.
with like on the charts and number one and all this sort of stuff, and crossing into pop and stuff.
So that's just a bad title for that list.
Yes, because
the most successful.
Yeah, there
would
you
probably
go.
been
Right.
more
Yeah.
apt.
That's true.
because it was
Commercially
Yeah,
successful.
the most good, more.
Mon-
Yeah.
The most monetary
Yes.
successful.
Johnny Cash's best song in the list in the top 10 was "Daddy Sang Bass," which I was just like, wow, that was like song number 8 or something, and I'm just like, of all the Johnny Cash songs, but it had to be based on success and on the
Right.
chart, you know.
There wasn't like a Haggard song on it until what, like in the 20s or something?
Yeah,
Teens.
It was just like, yeah, it was weird. It was definitely a weird list and all that stuff was like T Swift and FGL and all those.
You just used both of those things just
Yeah,
now.
I
You
just
just
did
said T Swift and FGL.
Yeah, I'm hip.
You know what what's the funny thing about Florida's Georgia Line though is like, I guess they released 3 or 4 songs this year, like singles. And,
The ones that are more country.
Well, yeah, and it's like, no, listen, like this is a new Florida Georgia Line. Like this is like
Acoustic
like-
and
this is like Lumineers. Like what are y'all talking
Yeah, they're
about?
stomping around and doing acoustic jams.
well, it's
Yeah.
funny too because I knew a DJ that worked for one of the biggies that was just like, yeah, over the next 2 years, almost they're going to get rid of all drum loops and all pop country is going to start going back to now that they've seen that this Americana-y
the
thing
swing
is
of
taking
the-
off. That they're going to try to go back to more traditional sounding instruments, which is what happened when we made that home record with the Dixie Chicks.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came out, it immediately brought like this whole bluegrassy banjo thing back. And I mean, it was like the girls had the banjo thing and people were kind of using it, but all of a sudden it was like instantly everybody was making upright bass, barely any drums records in that. Like as soon as we did that, it was weird. It was crazy. We were just looking at, because everybody at some point was like, well, no one's going to really buy a bluegrass record. Like, y'all have fun, making this record.
I
We're
think
like,
as
okay.
far as the bro country thing goes, it's just people see that more of that 90s country thing happening again.
Yes.
Like with the Midland thing and like John Party is one of those I consider. And then that's why you got Cody Johnson. And then like Randall King will be the
Randall
next
is-
one that'll do that same
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Like there's going to be a whole nother class. Like what is that? The class of 83 thing or whatever?
Yeah.
The Clint Black and Chestnut and Dwight Yoakam and
Yeah.
Randy Travis and all that thing or whatever that is.
Did you see? There's like is it Walker Hayes has like a new song about '90s country where it just like name drops a whole bunch of '90s
I
country.
haven't heard that, but I'll have to hear that.
Yeah, it's one of those where it came out about a month ago, and people are like, "Oh, '90s country's in again,"
yeah.
and it's like, hey, I've heard like they acted like this song was really really clever and smart, and I'm like,
Right.
I've heard the song 100 times. Like it's Mark Wills had the song 19 something.
Yeah.
Like back in
1970 something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like people do this all the time.
1980.
Everyone
Yep.
sells fucking nostalgia. Like
Well,
we
yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
For sure. That's the Midland thing.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I think it's called 90s country or something like that. It's
I'm going to check it
as
out.
the most
What's the guy's name? Walker Hayes?
yeah.
Who the hell is that?
He's one of these
He's a young guy.
No, I bet he's like 30,
Okay.
35 or so. He's like a Sam Hunt kind of.
Gotcha.
I don't know what to call it, like the Drake effect on
Right.
country, where
Right.
like you're gonna like kind of rap.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not like bro country, but it's like also
Yeah.
not good. Like it's like
Yeah. Sam Hunt, and I think isn't that Thomas Rhett guy like that too? Kind of.
yeah.
He's really groovy or
Yeah.
something.
I was amazed that a couple months or so ago in Austin, I got my beard trimmed at this tattoo beard place, and the guy we were talking about music and stuff like that, and then he brought up one of those country rap guys, and I was just like, oof, and he was like, watch out, man, I love that music, and I've got these trimmers, and I was just like, oh, man, I said, it's just not my thing. He's like, man, I'm young, and he goes, I grew up on rap, and my parents listened to country, and he goes, this brings it all together. And I was just like, oh, there's a generation that's that
Yeah.
way. Like, we don't get it. I don't get it. It's
There's
not my thing.
more of
but
them than us, dude.
Yes, there is.
Well, the thing is it's still like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I like steak and I like milkshakes, but I don't like steak milkshakes.
Yeah,
You
steak flavored
know?
milkshakes, yeah.
Like let's
Yeah.
Like,
keep
you can
them
have both
apart.
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
same at the same table.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't put them together. You don't grind up the steak and throw it in some vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get to me of all the I'm pretty like, hey, relax on whatever you want to
Yeah.
whatever genre mixing, whatever. I don't really care. I won't listen to it. But the one like it is the country rap one where I'm like I just don't understand
Yeah.
why these two are going together other
Sure.
than that country's mainstream now.
Yeah.
And rap is obviously the most mainstream of
Well, dude, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's-
remember all those things that they used to do in the night? There was like Nelly and like Tim McGraw or something
Yeah.
like that. And, like they started doing a bunch
that
of
was
those.
like early 2000s.
That was at
yeah.
2000s.
People thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
too. They were like, "There's no way this is gonna work." Yeah,
There was a few of those, man.
There
That was the one that I remember. Though was the Nelly one for
Yeah.
some reason.
Sammy Allred from Austin. What was his comedy band? They had like an 80s or early 90s country rap song, like making fun of it, kind of. I forget what it was even about, but I was just like,
Yeah. The best was just the Gorge doing gin and juice.
well, yeah.
yeah.
And that's what, yeah. And so many people that covered the Gord's version
Yeah.
of doing gin and
For
juice.
sure.
Yeah. I was okay. So I had made I did everyone a favor by making the '90s, like every top 10 hit in the '90s in one playlist, and going through there, you're like, oh, I forgot about this song. I
Right.
forgot about this song. Underrated collaboration, since we're talking about collabs. Sting and Toby Keith.
Oh, really?
Yes,
What did they do?
they did a Sting song called "I'm So Happy I Could Cry" or something like that, and it's really fucking great.
When
Yeah.
was that? In the 90s?
Late '90s, yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
missed that one.
I kind of want
Damn.
to hear that now.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
play it for you after I play Walker Hayes '90s.
Yeah.
thing. But no, like that's one of those ones where you're like, what? When did this happen? And how was this not as big of a?
Yeah, because I've never
Yeah.
heard of that before.
Yeah, it was a top 10 hit too.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's weird how you see a lot of those top 10 hits and you realize that they were in different markets than what your market was. It's like you'll be driving around somewhere else and like in Phoenix, this was a huge song or
Yes.
whatever, but I never heard that song.
Yeah.
Like I had that record, but there was a different single in my
In
market.
Houston.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of those that can fly by you that you just never realize.
This was not a top 10 hit, but I came across it the other day and was like, oh my god, I forgot about this. This would just never happen today. And it was Dolly Parton. You remember it was like Dolly Parton, Kathy Mattea, Mary Chapin Carpenter, like
all on one track.
yeah, and it was like that song called "Oh Romeo," and it had,
I've
like,
got.
Oh my
yeah, I
gosh,
remember
yes.
that. Yeah, I remember
We had
that
a music video for
Yeah,
that. Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I remember is the video.
Is the
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I came across it on like on a Wikipedia page going through,
'Cause
and
wasn't-
I was like, because Billy Ray Cyrus is Romeo in this.
It's in there. And weren't they like in a thing where these good-looking dudes were coming on the stage?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
were,
Yeah,
I
You
totally.
sexist.
Oh yeah.
But I remember that music video too, and I was like, it was one of those memories that just like comes
Oh yeah.
flying from the heavens and just like smacks you in the head, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about this like being a song.
Man,
That's not bad.
but that was that era of Achy Breaky Heart and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, Billy Ray was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of like that in the '90s. There was a lot of collabs back then, man.
Yeah.
There was a ton. I think more than I see really now.
Well, it's funny because it's the same thing that rap does and hip hop, where it's just like they would do that, where young artists and older artists, and I think in country it was more the older artists, like the '80s artists in the '90s, were working with the younger, hipper
Right.
'90s artists to bring them back
To
and
stay
stuff.
relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't it? There was. It wasn't there. Who was on the music video for "I Don't Need Your Rocking Chair"? Wasn't it Evander Holyfield or something?
Was
That
it?
was-
Yeah, because I
one
feel
where
like there was a
bunch
music
of-
video where they were in rocking chairs in the ring.
I kind of remember
I
that.
don't remember like that was,
I did. I think there's a lot of George Jones videos that are just everyone else.
Yeah, it's in-
Yeah. Yeah. And then George Jones is in like other people's videos,
yeah.
like Vince Gill videos and stuff.
Yeah.
He's in that one where he's driving the John
Yeah,
Deere.
who's driving the John Deere tractor?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little round mower.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was the era of the music video.
Oh, for sure.
That was. Do you remember like how CMT would have just like, we're playing music videos from like 24 hours.
24 hours a day.
This is like the 100 best.
Absolutely.
They would
Yeah.
have the.
It was great.
What was any other memorable videos that you just like?
I was trying to think of collabs, and then I started thinking about that one video that was Trisha Yearwood with Don Henley.
Oh yeah, what was that? What song
They
was
co-wrote that song, I think, together or something.
Yeah.
Joe or whatever.
Walk Away Joe.
Walk Away
Walk Away
Joe.
Joe. Yeah.
And Henley's in that video. Singing in like a silhouetted window. The sun coming through.
I remember the big deal of CMT wouldn't play the Thunder Rolls music video, and MTV
Yeah.
played it. MTV aired it. And
Yeah.
that was the big thing because of she was going to shoot him. Spoiler.
Right.
The spoiler of the music video.
Right.
The wife
If you haven't
was
seen
gonna
it.
shoot the husband.
Remember all
And-
those Travis Tritt videos that were all like the same story
Oh, yeah.
line? And he was
The
the dude in the
wheelchair.
wheelchair? Yeah, those are great.
I don't remember those.
Oh, my
man.
God.
Anymore, I think, was one of
Yeah.
those. What are the other ones? Catlin, what are those other Travis
The
Tritt
Travis
ones?
shit, the one with the
Anymore
vet.
is one for sure. Yeah, he's the vet, and like, yeah, that's it. Tell me I was dreaming.
But they all went together.
Yeah, he was this character, and there's Mac. He was Mac. Yeah,
It was his best buddy.
he was like a. They were all in like a wheelchair basketball
Yeah,
team.
basketball and stuff and fishing.
And yeah, and he's like depressed, and there's a lot of spoken word stuff like in the video. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like in between the vocals, I think he probably talks over himself singing on parts of it. Like there's dialogue.
Yeah.
Huh.
But what's funny is that when you really look at it, like he was talking basically about PTSD and
Yeah.
stuff way before anybody else was.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing is about.
You know, all three videos.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one I was thinking of was, remember the Tracy Lawrence ones? That one, the end of the video, he'd like time hop into the next, and then the next video would start where there was like 3 or 4 Tracy Lawrence videos.
Well, I missed that.
Oh, dude, those are classic. Like that's when Tracy Lawrence was huge, and they all went together. Like he jumped into a race car, NASCAR race car one time,
and then like the other video was that
was
concept.
that in there? Yeah, because involved in there was the Texas tornado video.
Right.
You know.
right.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome.
See, they spent money and they did some awesome videos
Yeah.
back then.
Well, on
Stories.
it was a MTV show, but like making the video was a
Yeah.
thing, and it's like, oh, these guys have like massive budgets to
Yeah,
make
for sure.
a fucking song music video. One of the music videos I always remember is Alan Jackson with Jeff Foxworthy in the music
Oh,
video. I'm married to a waitress and I don't even know
Yeah.
her name.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like they teamed up a lot around that time. There was definitely a lot of Jeff Foxworthy in videos as well. And was it Rodney Carrington guy? He
Yeah.
was in there. What's the other guy? Bill Engvall.
Bill Engvall, yeah.
He was in a
Here's
bunch
your
of those.
sign.
Yeah. And then you had all those Cletus T. Judd videos.
Yes. I know I had at least one Cletus.
The
DJ
Shania
album.
Twain, like, did I shave my back for this one was a video.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? There's something about.
Well, I went to high school in Groom, Texas, and years later I found out. I remember them outside the old, worn-down gas station. Somebody was filming a music video, and it was this blonde lady in a sundress and somebody strumming guitar and singing.
Tell me that was Dina Carter.
No. Keith Gaddis.
Oh.
And it was Gaddis's first like big record, and Mullet's Keith Gaddis, and
Wow.
they were filming a music video for one of his songs.
Have you ever seen that video?
And stuff? Oh yeah, because it would show up and like it would come on CMT. I don't remember what the song was, but it would come on CMT. And we were all like, "Oh, we remember when they filmed it,"
Yeah.
and all this sort of stuff because we were all young high schoolers, like driving by them filming all the time,
yeah.
Okay, somebody else who kind of had videos connected, Kentucky Headhunters.
Yeah.
Their videos were all kind of.
They did. I forgot about that.
I just really remember that one video for Dumas Walker.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite record. As like a 5, 6, 7-year-old, I was like,
Ah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
picking on Nashville,
I want to do that Dumas Walker song so bad.
Yeah,
dude.
I think.
So bad.
And they fought. I read that whole thing where they fought to put that song on the record.
Really?
Because it was just that one area where they were from. They were saying, like, the label was like, well, no one else outside that area is going to care about that song.
Yeah.
And so they like, pulled all their cards and said, no, we're going to put it on this record. And then it makes the
Their
Kentucky
career.
Headhunters. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
thing
that
is,
one song.
they put out "Picking on Nashville" '89, and then they like broke up. Like the lead singer and one of his brothers, they go off and form their own thing called Brother Phelps, and then Kentucky Headhunters.
They were
on.
Brother Phelps?
Yeah.
How did I not realize that? I
Yeah.
remember Brother
And then the
Phelps.
Kentucky Headhunters went on.
Yeah, and just doing something like doing their own thing.
Oh, wow.
And then like, I believe the guitar player ended up like joining back with Kentucky Headhunters, and that's like a recent kind of thing, like last 10 years.
in the divorce, who got the dude with the coonskin cap? And the,
Yeah, I was
no-
saying
and
the drummer, right?
That's a drummer, yeah.
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 I think he stayed with the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think he's always been in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only band he's
chops
ever
and
going to
yeah.
be in.
The long chops hanging
I'm telling
down.
you though, like look at the album cover of Picking on Nashville, and you're like, Tyler Childers.
Yes.
That's so true.
Oh,
dude.
that is awesome.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I'll tell you who else had some good videos was Colin Ray.
Oh, yeah.
He had high budget videos.
Dude,
That Little Rock video, man,
Yeah.
it's great.
There's the one video where he it's like I Still Think About You.
It's the
He
one
plays
shot?
He's a cop like in it, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
yes, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
And they like they film it like they're like the very beginning of it like is filmed kind of like cops.
That's right. That's right. It's like a cops episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot all about that.
That's a good one, dude.
I remember just like the red strokes
Oh,
or the
yeah.
paint
The
coming
paint, the
out
piano
of
one.
the
Yeah,
piano.
that
and
was
stuff
an
like that.
expensive.
Yeah.
Oh my
video. That was like
gosh.
incredibly.
I think that was a big letdown in the Garth Brooks world that song didn't do as well as they thought it was going.
Yeah.
That was like the one that was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
That was the first like almost failure.
Yeah.
Not that it failed
Well, it was really big outside the states.
outside the States.
And this is one of those things I don't understand is Garth made incredible music videos, and they're not like on any.
Right.
They're not on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like just put them on fucking
Yeah.
YouTube.
Well, his music was not on anything for like
Yeah.
years. And then I remember when he signed that Amazon deal. And then he also was going to start his own. Remember that? Like
Yeah.
Ghost Tunes or whatever?
Yeah, that was
It was supposed to be
streaming.
his streaming platform.
Yeah.
That really didn't pan out.
yeah.
And nobody, yeah.
Yeah.
It's but the story behind Red Strokes. This is all off Wikipedia. I just remember, but it's like they had to thin out the paint because it was cold. They had like left it outside, and it was just fucking freezing cold paint. When it hit, it would when it hit you, you would it'd take your breath away, kind of stuff. And so they thinned it out with water, and it heated it up enough that it was okay. And then of course they ruined you say ruined, but they fucking ruined a whole bunch of shit too.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure, dude.
Because
How many times did they have to like change like
Well,
that
the
room?
piano.
Yeah.
And the piano, just
yeah.
like that white piano, as soon as
Yeah.
that, like, if they had to reshoot it, it's like, okay, another white Baldwin or whatever it was, bring it in.
I really want to watch that video again. Just watch him
know,
getting
just
hit
like-
with all that paint
Yeah.
the whole time.
But of course, this is Garth smashing guitars everywhere.
For sure.
What's he gonna do?
Which is hilarious because now, like, you see videos of the Vegas show where he's like in sweatpants and a T-shirt tucked into his sweatpants, playing for 3 hours. It's just like I just flew in. What do you want to hear?
Yeah.
It's like,
It was one of my last wide open pieces. It was about Double Live.
yeah,
That record, as a kid, I thought was amazing because it played like the greatest hits. Listening to it now, I'm like, this is not that good. It's Garth could have done so much better for a live record.
A live record.
It's all like spliced together. And as a kid, like you can tell, like now you can tell, like, oh, this is like studio stuff right here. Like, how did I not like, like? But it's because you never been to a concert before. You didn't pay attention to that kind of shit, and you're like,
it's
man, okay.
just funny because I've and I know some stuff he's got coming out and everything. He's really pushing the live thing now, and I feel like he's like all that new stuff that he's about to come out with is like he's really embracing the fandom and wanting to put out more and more of that live stuff and be one of those. Like I really feel like he's taken the jam band idea of let's just capture a bunch of shows and put them out there and see what everybody does. And it's always something I've always been like very for. Like just record your stuff, and if you're a good band.
We were talking about how there was that article that was like there was no really major country headliners for Austin City Limits before, and I'm betting that like Garth becomes one of those one year. I bet he headlines ACL Fest.
Yeah.
One year. They just had Paul McCartney.
Yeah, they had Paul. They had Petty a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like
He'll go around like 1 year and he'll headline like Coachella. And like, you know what I mean?
Or
I
even-
bet that happened.
he could even get away with. They could get away with having a like not fake headliner, but like a headliner, but then have another like one of the stages be dark.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that headliner ends, like you just break into one. It's just like Colin Baton Rouge starts playing, and you're like, "What?" And everybody just hauls ass over.
That would be amazing.
It's like now I want to see that show.
yeah,
It's like,
Dude.
that's a fucking amazing idea.
yeah.
I mean, shit.
Hold on. Let me make a phone call real quick.
C3 or something, man.
You guys want to do something? Do this.
Yeah,
And then that would be a blast.
Yeah. I really want to be.
Hold on, edit that
On
out,
that
okay?
show.
Edit this out. Yeah. And Moonpie's open.
Yeah, Moonpie's open.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Garth.
That'd be so awesome, dude. I saw that tour when he came through San Antonio.
Nice.
It was intense. It's the most pandering show I've ever seen, though.
You talking about like recently?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
I saw him here in
Yeah.
Lubbock.
He really, oh, we've been in San Antonio for 3 days and we've eaten it all. He named some places.
Names all the ding, ding, ding. Oh, man. We
We
walked
love it
the
here.
river
Yeah,
walk.
we went down to the river walk. It's great down there.
Yeah. We went through the Alamo. He ain't no dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Just-
worked.
Just
Yeah.
imagine the places he named here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't even know if he did. I was just like, there's a part of me that thinks he's really into it, where he's like really awestruck by how many people have been coming to his shows.
Right.
And then there's a part where he's like, I got to do this because everyone paid
For sure.
$100+, and
It's interesting, man. I wonder.
that's what I'm really appreciative of.
I wonder if really he is like that, like genuine and sincere about that stuff. Because he you follow him on Instagram or whatever, and you see all his Garth like video things from like Studio G or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he is like so like. I don't know, it's like this guy's got to be on pills or something. Like something is weird. No one's this sincere, like
Right.
genuine.
He there's this basketball podcast I listen to called the Starters, and they always had a drop of a soundbite of Garth when he's talking about It's on one of the Studio G things, and he's telling everybody like they're on Facebook now.
Yeah.
Go like us on Facebook. We're on Facebook now. Hey guys, Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook. Like it's just like something really stupid like that, and but they would use it all the time,
Sure.
like just as a drop.
Swipe up.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if he would have waited 15 years and done Chris Gaines?
Yeah.
Like with technology being the way it is, it would have totally been a different
Yeah.
thing, and probably like not. It became a joke, obviously,
Yeah.
in our time.
Yeah, that's
but,
too
like,
bad.
It's just like it could have been. Like I'd be curious. He could have probably pulled something off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in the internet age.
People you wouldn't have called it this at the time, but it was a meme of the 90s, you know.
Right. That's
Basically.
true.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
It's a meme now
It's
still.
yeah, it still is. Yeah.
Still is a meme. That hair. The
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
It's like that Garth in the sheets or whatever, Gaines in the streets
Yeah.
or whatever the other way around.
Yeah.
However that works.
Whatever it
I don't
was.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fake behind the music they did.
Oh yeah.
VH1 produced the fake behind the music. Chris Gaines.
Did you ever like a buddy of mine, the dude Dennis that used to run the Hole in the Wall now, and the White Horse or whatever? He has this. He loved that Chris Gaines thing. Like he's obsessed with it, and he has like the CD. He always had it behind the bar, like, and he with the booklet and everything like that. And there's like full on stories about like the backstory about like his mother was like an ice skater or something like that. All kinds like it was like
Whoa, he went
the
all
whole
in.
like yeah, he was all in with it. It's crazy. It's all in the book.
He went full
If
Chris.
you can find a Chris Gaines CD, check that
I
thing
kind of want to get it. I'd be curious to see if it's any good. I want
I
to
don't know,
listen
what
to
was
the
the
record.
name of that single? What
Yeah.
do you remember?
No,
I don't either.
exactly.
I remember that video too, though. It's like really dirty. He's like in the city.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like, it's like
Alley
homeless or
stuff
something. Yeah.
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 Remember that one?
Man, he went full on. He took the risk.
Yeah,
Come on, he
he
did
did.
it. You know.
Good for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now he flies from his ranch in Oklahoma to Vegas to play
Yeah.
a show and fly home.
Have you heard that story when Turnpike did like the Opry, and then they went over to like I think it was the Nashville Palace afterwards, and Garth was in there because Sonny had been on, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, I guess they're friends or whatever, right? So he's over there, and like they're talking to him, like in a conversation, and Garth asked RC, it's like, so what do you guys do for like day jobs? Like you guys in a van and trailer? It's like, it had to have been so bad. Like they had just played the Opry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like-
They've been on bus for years. Nobody's had a real job in a long time.
yeah.
And then Garth Brooks asks you what is your day job?
What's your day job? Hey,
And they're from Oklahoma.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Actually, that makes me happy. What's your day job? You a band trailer?
There goes my dream of ever having like a Turnpike Garth Brooks cover record.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. Garth, man. It's kind of like, he co-wrote that song with Randall.
Right.
And, we kind of like, he would never tell us, like any of us, about it. And you're just kind of like, you kind of like start piecing together
Right.
all the pieces. And it started, Randall met Garth Brooks. He had to have written a song. And like, what the fuck's going to happen? Like, did he cut a song? Did he cut a different Randall song? Or, all this kind of shit. You're just thinking. And then you're just like, is Randall going to be friends with us anymore?
Yeah,
Like,
for
is
sure.
he just like,
Yeah. Like, there's days where he was hanging out with Garth Brooks the day before, and he didn't tell me that the next day.
yeah, like that's like, it's one of those things where he, good thing Garth wasn't doing that with like Dalton.
Right.
Because Dalton would have been like streaming the
Look
entire
at
day.
this
Like literally anyone else probably
sure.
would have been.
What happened with that? Is that song on his record?
It's going to be on Garth's record.
It's going to be on Garth's record.
Or it's,
Maybe on both records.
I know it's supposed to be, I think it was written for Garth.
Okay.
Like it was not
Gotcha,
like necessarily
yeah.
like a,
For Randall, it wasn't
Yeah.
a Randall song.
yeah. I know like that's what's kind of funny about that kind of stuff is you think of most co-writes as, we're co-writing a song together, we're writing a song, and maybe it'll be mine, maybe it'll be yours,
Yeah.
or maybe we'll both. And in those situations, I feel it's like, no, this is like a Garth song,
Yeah.
and you're not going to play this.
Yeah.
This is mine.
There's got to
We're here
be.
to-
I'm sure there's something like a signed thing where he can never play that song for a certain amount of time or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's on the new record because it's on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
whenever that record comes out.
Right on.
Yeah.
Man, this is a very Halloween special edition of Garth Talk on the podcast.
Coming at you from Studio G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Studio Garth.
Oh, Garth.
Man.
Whatever.
Well, okay, so let's go back into the '90s country thing. 'cause
Yeah.
I still want to.
There's more there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are you like more '80s or more '90s? And don't say like from '85 to '95.
Right,
You
right,
can't
right,
do that.
right.
That's not an option on this.
I don't know. I mean, I think that like I know every song that happened in the 90s. I know every single one of them. But I think I take more inspiration from the 80s. That's what I would say.
Because I tell you,
That's my way of not answering that
Yes.
question.
well, when my dad managed country cover bands in Pennsylvania and stuff like that, so I remember like being a kid writing out lyrics to like Hank Jr. stuff and those records of the mid to late 80s. But when I started dancing with girls, it was like 92, 93. So that era of country
Yeah.
was just everything. I mean, it's just like I was living in Amarillo, KGNC. You listened to the country radio, you drove around, and you two-stepped, and that was it. So
It's just hard to say because a lot of those people that were that started to happen in like 83, like that class of 83 or whatever, that all feels like that was early 90s when it was like really
when it was big,
happening. You know what I mean? But all those people were like that George Strait stuff came out in 82 and 83.
Right.
But then again, I think of that as more of I consider that a 90s
Right.
thing. I consider George Strait a 90s thing
Right.
over an 80s thing. Although he was like arguably more popular. He was more popular in the 90s for sure.
yeah.
There's just no
People
way.
were selling more records
Yeah.
then, too.
I think he was definitely bigger in the '90s, like post '93.
Right.
But I think his better material,
I agree.
81 to like 89.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
like 92, because I still think like Pure Country is probably
Well, yeah.
my favorite.
And that's
of the-
like, and I think that's probably where it ended. Like records that started to come after that just weren't the same record anymore.
Yes.
There's a lot of those that came out that I just didn't really care about. Around like that whole like Blue Clear Sky era is when it started to get like, all right, this is like becoming like a little bit poppy, and it kind of ruined it for me. I mean, there's still good songs on those records, but that's where my whole interest in that kind of thing started to fade away anyway.
Right.
Well, it's funny, too, because I feel like where Garth got really huge and just built it up and added those fun elements to his show and stuff, I feel like when it came to production of country records, that big Shania Twain record changed everything. Like when they saw how many units they could sell, like every bit of country production changed.
Yeah.
And it was like you can really see that as like, because I remember my buddy Jason having the first Shania record,
Right.
which is her, I think, with the Huskies on the
Yeah,
cover and stuff like that.
in the snow.
Yeah, and it was just like we would listen to it, and he liked her a lot, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good and stuff. And then next thing you know, that second record comes out, and it's like, oh, all the sounds from all the Def Leppard records are somewhere on this country record. And-
Okay, yeah. When I was putting together the Billboard list, I'm putting all these songs on, and I'm putting all the Shania hits, and going back through listening, there was like 4 or 5 times where I thought I had accidentally put on Shania Twain song club mix.
Right.
Oh.
And you go back and it's like, nope.
Nope, that was
that's
the
not
actual one.
That is not the
Yeah.
that's the
That's
country
what's on the
how it came
radio.
out.
and that happened like 3 or 4 times where I thought, oh fuck, man, I just like because it would all have to do with like the intro where you're
Yeah.
like, this sounds like it's supposed to be.
What was the song the other day? Zach was listening to it, and we were sitting outside in the parking lot before softball jam, and Shania Twain came on the satellite radio thing, and I think it was Still the One, that song,
Yeah.
and there was this like god awful steel solo in it, and like I'd never heard that before.
He was telling me about this.
And then
I missed that.
it took him like a couple hours, but he finally found it because there was so like we looked at the video, like a radio edit. We tried to find it, and it had all been replaced with that like wind flute thing, like the Titanic sounding flute
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
That's what the solo became, like for like everything else. But somehow they had that steel version on the satellite radio.
Satellite radio.
And like it took us a long time to find it, but we finally find that, and it's just like the worst. It's like a guy just bought a steel guitar, has like a Carter starter,
Just trying
and
to-
it's like just like he plays like two swell notes, and they replaced it with this flute.
Yeah. You're like, that is horrible. Mutt Lang, sorry, that is bad. Can't do that steel.
The thing is like everyone. What's funny about all this kind of shit is everyone always wants to talk about, well, you know, like George Strait, he didn't write it in any of his songs. But then they'll also dismiss, which I think that's a bullshit thing anyways. But then they'll be like, well, Shania Twain, she ruined country music. She's just a prop. And it's like, well, no, she wrote like every one of those songs that was on both those records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you compare those records more to, as far as like how big they are, more to like Michael Jackson than
For sure, well, they're
anything
big. They're
else.
crossover albums too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, but also like I think like with Bad with Michael
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, like 9 of the songs were released as singles, and most of them all became like top 10 hits, and the majority of them became number 1. And with Shania, it's kind of the same way.
Same
like
thing.
almost all those songs are singles.
Yeah.
And I guess like in a way that flipped how people were making records as well, not just like sonically, obviously, but we're gonna make a record where every song is a single.
yeah.
Well, they definitely went into that. Like, that was the objective. It wasn't necessarily, I've got to make some art. It's,
Yeah.
we got to sell.
Yeah.
And all these songs are going to be
I think it used
sellers.
to. I think it used to be like you would have this record, and then like your producer or somebody would say, okay, well now we need to record a single.
Yeah.
It's like that Tom Petty record. It's like they didn't have a single on it, so they stole that song from what's her name, from Fleetwood Mac chick, or whatever.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the, what was the other one that was it? Oh, I mean, Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Right.
That record was done in the can, and the label was like, we don't have a single.
Yeah,
on
where's your
this.
single?
And they just fucked off, and I pour
Yeah.
some sugar on me. And then it's next thing you know it's like,
Okay.
fuck, we're
there it
playing
is.
that.
Now we play it every
We
night.
play it every night. We have to play it every night.
Yeah.
Or Warren's Cherry Pie was the
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah.
They made that Uncle Tom's Cabin record, and they were all pumped up, and they were like, we don't have a single. They shit out Cherry Pie, and
Yeah.
he's
but
got to
then-
play Cherry Pie the rest of his life.
Then you just put a record that's just 9 singles, 9 hits.
9 hits.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing wrong,
Yeah.
dude. We got to make 9 hits.
We're doing like 1, 2 at a time.
Good time. Let's make the entire record hits.
The one of the sad 90s country things is like Doug Stone, really, really fucking great.
Right.
He puts out he puts about 4 records out. Puts a greatest hits record out and calls it Greatest Hits Volume 1.
And
There's
no
never
volume
been
2.
there's no Volume 2.
No, Volume 2.
Got a little ahead of himself on the title of that one.
The
That
better
was
thing would have been to put it out and call it Volume 2.
Yeah.
And then
Like there was
everybody's looking
never
for
Volume 1.
It's like, wait a minute, where's Volume 1? Can't find it.
Yeah.
I mean, Doug Stone had 4 that I can think of. I can't even think of that.
What hits?
Yeah, so Pine Box or whatever is the one.
In a different light.
Oh, yeah.
Pine Box.
Why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't I think of that's a good one? That's 3.
Man.
Remember, I also just put this.
Yeah,
list
you
together,
just
like,
did
a
this.
few weeks
Now
ago,
he
so
just
I
got
mean,
it.
like,
He's just on it. He
It's-
knows
yeah,
it.
It's got it in his head.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
and
three.
it's funny.
a short record.
The invention of the greatest hits record.
He had like warning labels.
I don't remember
That
that one.
No, it's a good song.
The invention of the greatest hits record was because they were taking too long to make Hotel California. And so the label needed to put something out on the Eagles. So they made the first greatest hits.
That's the first greatest hits record
is yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Like nobody had
But
ever
that
come
was
out with a
called
greatest hits.
hits. Was that, and they took all the top Eagles songs at that time. And to think that they put out greatest hits I was feeling it because they don't know what the Eagles are going to come up with
Right.
next, and they're taking too long to make the record.
And that's
then
that's,
Hotel California
yeah,
come out.
Yeah. And then that greatest hits record is like one of the best selling albums of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really
Well, what
great
they-
album.
They started doing
Remember
though
we got
with
to hang out with Jack.
with
Tempchin?
greatest hits records is like, here's 2 extra songs. So you'd have like new singles on the.
Right.
Usually-
Greatest hits record, and then here's 2 at
Yeah.
the end of it. I always thought that Garth Brooks' greatest hits record was one of the best greatest hits albums of all time. Like the one with the American flag on his face or whatever.
Yeah.
That's an incredible album.
Yeah. It's everything you want to hear.
Yeah. And they have now another greatest hits on Amazon or whatever, but it's not that. You can't find that actual album.
Yeah, I have this CD version somewhere.
Yeah, I have the CD of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I probably have a couple of those.
super fan over
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And I remember in high school driving from Groom, Texas down to Borger to the Walmart in Borger because they had a pop-up concert, back of the semi concert, David Lee Murphy.
Yeah.
And Dust on the Bottle was just huge, and he was doing these tours of Walmart. And I don't remember who else was with there.
Before
But we got out of school and hauled ass.
before Yodel Kid having the
Yeah.
Walmart tour.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
David Lee Walker's hair in the 90s. Can we talk about that for a minute? The hair, you look at it and you're like,
There was so much good hair in the 90s.
That's funny. We were just talking about Jackal doing Walmart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They did
Jackal.
the same thing. Yep. Man.
I've I interviewed the lead singer of Jackal one time. I was at the AJ, and I interviewed him because he's playing at Jake's, and it's the only time like one of my uncles has ever been impressed with anything I've ever done.
Dude,
It was
he
like,
got Jackal.
You interviewed Jackal.
Can you get him to sign something? You gonna get some tickets or something? Like what?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Jackal's impressive, man.
Man.
If I buy a chainsaw, you
Yeah,
think
you think he'll sign it?
Man, I love that we've done 2 things in 2 days. We've been talking about Jackal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, Jackal. That's okay. The uncle who was impressed. He's still like he lives in like 1982 or something. You know what I mean? Like he never.
Oh, yeah.
You go to his
Don't
house,
we all?
and he still has like fucking cassettes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like he don't buy CDs. He just has the old cassettes. And
Why do I have to update?
not even
All my favorite
vinyl.
music's
Yeah,
here.
I already got it
that's
all.
the thing
man.
is like not vinyl, but like cassettes.
Oh, yeah.
Those are gonna deteriorate, man. It's gonna be a sad day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Start losing top end, start losing low end. It's,
Some people still. You see those like people like put that in their merch booth. Like they'll make a cassette of their single or whatever and sell that.
Saints Analog did that.
Yeah.
We actually sold them because everybody would just think it was funny.
Yeah.
You know, and buy them.
It's like a gimmick.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's
gag
definitely-
gift.
Yeah. What is what's like your hokiest piece of merch, you think? That you've seen?
I don't know. I think we're about to do rolling papers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say like, getting high at home on them. I want to do that. I've been wanting to do it.
Yeah.
I want to do a deck of cards. That's like Beaches of Biloxi deck of cards. I've seen people do these things before.
Yeah.
This is not like a new idea.
The deck of cards thing that like what it reminded me of was remember like post 9/11 the deck of cards that had like all the terrorists.
There used to be Desert Storm cards too.
Yes, Desert Storm cards.
Yeah.
Man,
'Cause
I probably have some
Oh, I
somewhere.
definitely do. My cousin was over there, and like he'd send me back like stuff like that, like same idea. It's like all their faces on it, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. And then there was just like straight up. There was Desert Storm was a very merchandised
Yeah.
war. There was all kinds of stuff for that, man. Like
yeah.
T-shirts.
Oh,
there was a
yeah.
lot of Desert Storm stuff you could buy at like truck stops.
Yeah.
It was a real, like, I remember because I was in middle school then. Yeah. And so it was like a thing that you watched. Like,
Yeah.
you got home from school.
Yeah.
And you'd put on the news and you'd see the new, because it was all that new, the green night
Yeah.
footage,
Right,
you know, and
right.
all that stuff. And, like, what is going
that's
on?
crazy,
You know,
man.
it was insane.
Well, you had to like start selling the war to everyone all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In a new era.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
I definitely have in my closet at my house, like where I grew up. There's a Desert Storm T-shirt in there for sure. I know exactly what it looks like.
Operation Storm, man.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think like the best idea that's not been done is like baseball cards
Yeah,
for bands.
yeah,
Like
Actually,
that kind of.
I think me and Johnny talked about doing the whole like the 9-sheet,
right.
you know, of having everybody in the band and stuff like that, you know, and having facts on the back. I think that would be a fun thing to do. Nobody steal that. Copyright.
Yeah.
That was Mooney Automotor. by Harmeier.
Crushing it today.
Yeah. So this episode is only 3 minutes long because we came up with way too many good ideas.
Yeah. There was like Bill Simmons, he every once in a while he'd have a podcast of he'd have a buddy come on that was like just really, really great at like half-baked ideas. And so he'd be like, you have like your list now. I've given you like an entire year since we've done this. So let's hear all the half-baked ideas where you're just going to go, yeah, but this doesn't work because of this, you know, like that kind of thing. A lot of times, like, they were good ideas, but then you'd go, oh, yeah, you can't do, yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden, he's thought this out enough to know that it's not feasible.
Yeah. Well, like Bill would tell him, you know. A lot of, like, TV shows, like, why isn't there a TV show about this?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I think no matter what, the best merch ideas are always the ones where it's something that we would like to own ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just like the rolling papers, I love the dang patches that are on the
Right.
hats, you know,
Right.
but just like, it's like if you think it's cool and you want it, more than likely it seems like those are the things that sell. Not we studied and, you know, I know merch guys for different bands that like they analyze what's going on with the college merch and try to integrate that with their band's merch and all that sort of stuff. And it's just like,
Did I get so many people that want pics after the show? It's crazy. Like, we should just be selling those.
we should just do,
Like,
that's easy. We can get a pick thing.
Yeah.
Let's do some picks.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
ordered some more.
Nice.
I mean, I throw them out, you
Yeah.
know, like
Right.
it's a thing. But like, everybody's like, I've started to like keep a couple in my pocket after the thing because everybody always asks about it.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, but I should be saying they're $5 right over there.
Yeah. I remember seeing the Strokes play one time, and Albert Hammond Jr. throws his pick out into the crowd, and you're like, oh, that lucky fucker, whoever got that pick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just too far from,
Yeah.
you know. And then looking on Facebook later, and this dude I knew fucking got it. And of all the fucking people to have it, I was like, God damn it. Like,
This guy.
I wish he wouldn't have got it because he's just going to fucking show it for the rest of, because he
Yeah.
was like a, you know, diehard Strokes fan too.
Right.
And he kept it in his wallet, and we'd go to a party or something later.
He'd
and
pull
he'd
it
be like-
out.
He'd have it, and he'd be like, see? You're like, you motherfucker. Like, stop doing this.
Get a piece of
But,
that.
yeah.
He, I had somebody that I threw one the other day at Rice Festival, and it went into the trash can, and I watched a dude go dig it out.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I watched him go get it.
Nice.
Yeah. I felt really
Like,
bad
well,
for
this
that
sums
guy.
it up.
Yeah. And he said, he told me later, I saw him after the show. He was like, oh, no, it was sitting like right on the side of the plastic. Like, it was like a ripple in the plastic, and it was sitting right there. It wasn't like
wasn't-
down in the shit.
You dumpster dope. I didn't give you
Whatever,
another one.
dude. You're pretty deep in that trash can.
Yeah. This is more of a something I've seen on Kickstarter stuff. Somebody like you could donate or whatever and go to that person's house and pick out a shirt in their closet. That's
Wow. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have so many cool shirts that it'd be like,
no, that's when you freaking stack the deck. You're like, I only wear white tees. Like,
Yeah.
what-
White
Sorry.
V-necks is all I have.
Yeah.
this one has a little more sweat. This one's got even more sweat. That's a coffee
Some
stain.
like pit stains. Yeah.
Yeah, that's blood.
Yard work shirts,
You
basically.
just put like all Mike and the Moonpie shirts in there. It's like that's all I really wear.
I wear my, man.
My own merch.
The
I bought all this stuff. I must wear it.
I'm wearing.
you've seen like Shiny Ribs selling old shirts
Yeah.
with the that's pretty good.
I've also like I saw Shiny do that a couple of times, like at festivals or whatever where there's like a carnival and go get something made like a T-shirt made or like
Yeah.
a cap made or whatever and sell that.
That's a
They'd
great
sell
idea.
it.
Yeah.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
I thought about doing, because I have that hat press,
Yeah.
I thought about doing something that was like make a thing for every show. Like it would be like tonight, like there's like the date, like 10/20/18, Mike and Moonpies, Blue Light, Lubbock, right?
Yeah.
And just put it on, stamp it on a hat. And like, especially if it's like a 3-band bill or a 2-band bill, or like, if like, let's say it was us and Bauman, right? So like put them both on there and sell that. I think people will buy that just because it's like a one-off
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know if he still does it, but I know for a while Beck had the thing. His merch thing was basically you had generic T-shirts, some with stripes and stuff like that, and you had 5 or 6
You could choose what you wanted.
presses and stuff like that, and you put it together yourself, you know,
Yeah.
and stuff
That's
like
really
that.
cool.
And I was like, that was always pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you got to be cranking that out.
Well,
man.
that's
You're gonna
it.
get a
You've got
line
whole
going.
staff
Yeah,
of people working your merch, you know.
Yeah.
sure.
Well, not he, but I was going to say, I think that's also why people love posters. Because it's like, this is for this
Yeah.
specific.
Reckless was talking
Night.
about that, selling
Yeah.
posters and stuff. Because then you put them out. Like I know BJ does that. He does like 20 of those
Yeah.
hand printed posters every time.
Yeah. It's gotten where before I would just wait to the end of the night kind
Right.
of thing. I'm not going to hold this damn poster.
Right.
And just get one at the end of the night. And now it's like a fucking race because
Yeah.
all of a sudden people
It's
want
a first come first served deal. Yeah.
That's what I would say. Yeah, Reckless said they usually sell out before the tour starts. Like they'll make a tour poster and then put it online, and it'll sell out before the tour starts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Well, that's like you said, because that's one thing that I do like. I like tour posters, and I know like Zach and Omar definitely go and like grab the ones off the wall for anything that we play.
Well, like
to
the-
have like a catalog of all the
like
posters we've ever had. Or
the
whatever.
Mercury in Tulsa.
Yeah,
Like
they do
that dude
posters every
draws.
time.
He custom draws posters for every show.
Yeah,
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
yeah. I think I
Yeah.
have all of those that he's done for us.
I've seen a couple shows here where bands will have some really fucking cool posters before the show starts or before the doors open. They'll go in because they've sent posters
Right.
to the place. They'll take all the posters down and then have them at merch as well. Just to
That's a really good idea.
It is.
yeah,
I like that.
Posters, yeah.
That's like double the money or whatever.
'Cause
Yeah.
you get like
send them here.
there'll
Yeah.
be like 4 posters hanging up
Yeah.
in here. Probably like 2 on the windows, 1 over here somewhere on the wall, and then in like Tom's.
That's a really good idea. That's
Yeah.
smart.
You know what we're going to do tonight is probably take down these Halloween decorations and sell them.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
sign
sell
them, we'll
those at the-
autograph
yeah,
them.
we'll sell
sell
those at the
them.
next show.
Yeah. See the one, like you can see it like right there, up in the rafters.
Oh, yeah.
There's like
Oh, yeah.
head-
Never
that
noticed that.
never leaves, and like every once in a while you'll see it up there, and you're like,
That's always been there. I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
yeah.
I've never noticed
It's
that.
it's kind of funny. There's also like Dustin, his wife. They I guess had different, like like they had like different words like life, like patience, It's
Right.
like those kind of like those signs like you'd have in a house,
Right.
and like they were getting rid of them, and like Dustin was like putting them up in
On
different
the
places here,
rafters.
and they're like there's like one over here above the bar where it's funny because if you're standing there and you're having a hard time getting a beer, and what Dustin was saying was like, I want like just somebody like every once in a while, maybe somebody will look up and just see patience and think, I can get through this.
I can wait and order
Yeah.
my drink
They
in
don't
2
kill- they don't
minutes.
stab
There's
somebody.
another one in Tom's that I saw that I can't think of what it is though. But,
Oh, man.
I see it now.
yeah,
You're
you
saying
see it
that.
over there?
Yeah.
It's patience, right?
Yeah, it is. I see
Okay.
it. Well, I see PAT, so I'm just
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, I'm never gonna not see that now.
Yeah, I know. I've never noticed that.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That is creepy. I like it.
so yeah. Well, you guys have anything else to say? Anything we missed
I think we covered it.
For now.
Yeah.
for now?
Till next time.
Wait till next week.
Wait till next week. Garth Talk.
I'm gonna get a